Alright, I had
I
this
just
one
played
up
one of the
next.
best Pokemon.
The best Pokemon game you never played is just a funny title to me. So I was like, okay. It's like a little break from nuzlocking in between, and we go to the other nuzlocke video after, which is a Soul Link, I believe, with Alpharette.
I just played one of the best Pokemon games ever, and I'm here to tell you all about it. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Ruby was one of the first video games I remember owning, and I've decided to devote the rest of my life and soul to the franchise. And by that, I mean I'll play the new games when they come out. Do I have to like them? No. Frankly, I think the past few recent ones have been kinda garbage. But that won't stop me from getting my hopes up thinking the next game will be different, even though deep down, we all know it won't
Ultra
be.
Gun!
But Pokemon does have a few side games you might have heard of, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon,
I like
or
Mystery
Pokemon
Dungeon.
Stadium, or that weird geometric one. But there's one
I played the weird geometric one, Pokemon Quest. Your Pokemon kind of just do things by themselves, but like, I found it fun because they were cube-shaped. That's like it.
There's one franchise that I feel like doesn't get talked about nearly as much as it deserves, and that's Pokemon Ranger. I had the original
like drawing
Pokemon
circles.
Ranger game as a kid, and I remember two things about it. I liked it, and circles. Lots of circles. The flashbacks are beginning. When I remembered Pokemon Ranger existed, I decided to look it up and see if it was worth possibly making a video on, and that's when I realized there were actually 3 Pokemon Ranger games. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, and Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. Bit of a Pokemon Ranger mouthful, but I digress. I was looking at some forums of people discussing which one they thought was the best, and the Shadows of Almia one seemed to be high on a lot of people's lists. So I bought the game. Now sit down and get comfy because I just played this game for the first time, and I'm here to tell you about why it's the best game ever. The game
I played Pokemon Ranger once, and I forget which Pokemon Ranger it was, but I didn't own that game. My cousin owned that game. They let me play one level. It was the one where we had to get the shaman to clean up the area because a bunch of Grimer and Muck were making things stinky as they would do. And then that's literally the only part I played.
starts off with your character taking the entrance
Pikachu!
exam to a Pokemon Ranger school.
Pikachu!
And it only took
It's
me
so
2
cute.
attempts to draw 5 consecutive circles around this barely moving Pikachu. You're dang right that's impressive. I guess that's all it takes, because now I'm officially a member of this secret army for this inscrutable team school plotting to rule the world. Oh, he's just kidding. Yeah, it's a normal school. I'm introduced to my class, and for some reason they've been like starved for new human contact or something, because they're bombarding the teacher with questions. Are they a boy or a girl? Which is it? Is she cute? So I'm introducing myself, and apparently the teacher catches this Keith kid looking at me with a big grin. Anyway, you go sit next to Keith. Oh, okay, just plop me right next to him. Yeah, I don't mind or anything. Thanks, Teach. Anyway, you get a tour of the school from this girl with me, meeting the other teacher, Mr. Kinsaid, who's apparently a stickler for making sure kids don't run in the hall, and this kid, Isaac, that Rhythmy called Mushroom Hair. Both my IQ and my height in centimeters are 106.
Damn, what a banger line. It's like, hey, would you like to meet this guy? Both my IQ and my height in centimeters are 163. Okay, loser.
Mushroom Hair.
Bang.
Both my IQ and my height in centimeters are 163. Alright, bud. After getting a feel for the school, you're taught how to capture Pokemon with your styler. Loops portray the feeling of friendship, so the more loops you draw around the Pokemon, the more it will submit to your friendship. That's nice.
Yeah.
Touch the Bidoof. You finish the school day and are fast asleep in the dorms when all the students decide it's initiation time. Get up, sleepyhead, it's 4 a.m. Time for your student initiation. Yes, sirs. They tell you to find all 4 of the stylers they've hidden around the giant school, and after doing so, you have to put them in the basement for some reason. So you head down there after finding them all, and are in the basement when— Why are you down here? Only I'm permitted to be in the basement. Leave now!
Oh, okay.
Isaac, have you finished testing my very secret experiment no one can know about? The rest of the school year goes on without any big problems. Pokemon Ranger Crawford comes and talks about what it's like to be a ranger. You save the milkman from some Bidoof. You attend a one-day internship at the local Pokemon Ranger base, and they make you bring them their lunch as an important mission. Actually, while you're at the internship, someone runs over and says the Pokemon on the beach are acting strange. You go with the Rangers to check it out to see all the Pokemon going crazy, and save the day by capturing them with your loops of friendship. But yeah, that's weird. Finally, you make it to graduation. Jaden, come up and make a speech as the class representative. Oh, I'm the class representative, huh?
You get to be the class representative? I feel like that's, I guess, pretty typical for like, oh yeah, you're the protag. Now you do everything.
Well, don't mind if I... So after saving everyone from a very strange rampage of Tangrowth, you start working at the Pokemon Ranger base you interned at. There's a call about some more Pokemon acting strange down in a nearby cave, so your first mission is to investigate what's going on. In the cave, you stumble upon this weird missile-looking machine that seems to be what's hypnotizing the Pokemon in its vicinity and making them go crazy. So you destroy it and everyone's proud of you.
Neat.
This Professor Hastings guy is called down from the Pokemon Union to take a look at the cave machine, and I guess he's like 100 years old or something because the Rangers want you to go meet him halfway in Puel Town to make sure he doesn't get lost and die along the way. You take one step in town, and oh god, all the Pokemon are going nuts. Turns out there's more of those rocket machines planted in the town, and as you're going around smashing them, you run into some guys that are not only very shady, but also terribly shifty. They run away to—
This reminds me of that one part of Mega Man Battle Network where they place down these machines that are located inside like random, I guess these programs and random machines that make people angry with each other. Yeah, God, what game was that? No, it was one of the Mega Man Battle Networks. They place down these machines and basically people just say shit to each other. They get angry and they fight, and that's how they're gonna take over the world because people are angry. It's like this, except with Pokemon.
to tell their leaders there's Pokemon Rangers smashing their stuff. And further into the town, you find them again with their admin, who's like, dude, what the heck? What do you have against our Giga Remos, you vandals? Treat things with respect. And then attacks me with Rattata and a Toxicroak. Not gonna lie, their battle music kinda bangs though.
Kind of agree. It's kind of like, you know, silly.
Turns out they're part of this gang called Team Dim Sun, and after capturing their Pokemon
Dim
with
Sun.
friendship loops, they decide to retreat. We're able to find Professor Hastings and bring him back to the base to analyze what we now know are Giga Remo machines. He finds a tiny black crystal in the center that seems to be the thing that allows Team Dim Sun to control the Pokemon. The base considers this a problem,
Dim sum.
which is reasonable, and now the Pokemon Union starts—
I would get dim sum if I could wake up in time for it. I've been invited to dim sum before, but it tends to be like early brunch, and early brunch is like 11 a.m. and today I woke up at 1 p.m. I might be a little late.
getting involved, which is like the big head honcho of Pokemon Ranger bases where all the Ranger prodigies are. The story continues as the Union tries to uncover more about what Dim Sun is up to, and you keep interrupting their plans. You catch him trying to drill a tunnel in the side of a mountain. You catch him having a secret base and cargo ship in the middle of a volcano, which Mr. Kincaid is found to be part of Dim Sun. Big surprise, didn't see that one coming. You haven't been running in the ship's hallways, have you? You catch them mining hundreds of dark crystal shards in an abandoned mine. That one was a bit of a problem
The dark crystal shards just grow in the mines because? Okay, neat.
because apparently there was the mother of all shadow crystals. They are powerful enough to power this incredible machine they're in the middle of developing that they plan on using to control all the Pokemon within a 500-mile radius they got their grubby hands on and helicoptered away to their headquarters. Probably should tell someone about that. But the good thing is we ended up finding the diary of the Dim Sun president's father, who writes about how if we gather these 3 gems called the Tears of Princes, the gems will be able to combine their power and negate the power of the Shadow Crystal.
Damn, these gems are kind of weak sauce compared to the dark crystal gem then. You need 3 of these fuckers to stop 1? Okay, sure, I guess. Damn, the darkness stuff always gets so buffed in like, I guess, anime-esque games. It's just like, yeah, you need to gather the power of 3 different things to stop 1 guy.
The gems will be able to combine their power and negate the power of the Shadow Crystal. Alright, let's
Yeah,
go
what
do
if they
that.
had
The first
what
gem
if they
is
had
told
2
to be
shadow
in this giant
crystals?
ice castle called Alima Castle. And on the way there, you run into Dim Sun grunts trying to stop you. They're not hard to deal with, and they start getting a bit frustrated. I want to pay you.
The spiel! Look at the way he wiggles!
I want to pay you with a snowball. Hard. You make it to the castle after swimming
Wait, run that one by me. I was distracted by the spiel. Wait. I was really distracted. Look at the way he wiggles! Wait.
I want to pay you with a snowball. Hard.
Hard.
Make it to the castle after swimming through a bunch of ocean boulders and whirlpools that totally didn't slow me down at all, and end up at the castle where Dim Sun is already running around in trying to get the gem first. These guys are blocked from going any further because this giant chunk of ice is in front of the door, and the grunts are like, man, that's a big hunk of ice. If we made snow cones out of it, we'd be able to feed like 403 people. And then they see me standing there and are all,
Very
hey,
specific.
that outfit. What are they called again? Pokemon Ranger? You came for a snow cone? You deal with that whole situation and end up in the room just before where the gem is being kept, where you're introduced to one of the members of Team Dim Sun's Sinist trio, Ice. I don't know what his deal is, but he called me Jaden Noob and then dabbed, so I had to murder him. Well, I captured and freed his Frostlass, and he scurried away.
You noob! Dabs. Yeah, no, I'd kill him too.
He scurried away all, well, I didn't need the gem anyway. After gaining the trust of the Lucario guarding the gem with more of my loops, the blue gem of the Tier of Princes is mine. Fast forward a bit and you get the red gem as well after defeating Sinist trio Lavanna and her Infernape. She doesn't dab, but she does do this sexy little dance. The guy from school, Keith, who's a ranger now, was assigned to get the yellow gem and hasn't come back yet. So the union's like, alright, Jaden, go check on him. You hop on a boat to the destination, but whoops, apparently a Wailord is in trouble. I'll just go down there and see. Yep, I thought so. These dim sun grunts are trying to kidnap a Wailord, and after destroying the machine—
Huntail! I like Hunt.
I thought so. These dim sun grunts are trying to kidnap a Wailord, and after destroying the machines that were trapping it, they decide to just grab a Wailmer instead and try to convince their boss it's a Wailord mini. You follow them on the rescued Wailord and start infiltrating
just grab
their
the
base.
baby.
Down the hall, you discover the grunts squishing the Wailmer through the door. And as
wait, they were trying to catch the Wailord. How are they gonna get this one through the door if they can't get a Wailmer through the door?
And as you follow them into the room, they're like, oh crap, shoot, do you want to deal with the ranger? Oh no, I'm too wimpy. I know. Let's apologize. Sorry. We got the Ranger's confidence. Charge! And then drop a truckload of Slackoth on me. After capturing all their Slackoth, they're like, oh no! And then all of them just grab me and shove me out of the room and lock it. Which honestly is more effective than like 99% of all videos.
I kind of like that. I actually really like that. Because a lot of the times when we have like these battles, so I play a lot the Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, I'll leave if you can beat me in a duel. What if you just beat him and he says, no, I lied to you. You can get out, actually. But like, this is the Pokemon equivalent. It's like, oh shit, she got all our slack off. What if we just toss out the kid? It's a child. Just pick him up, toss him.
Video game villains. So you keep running through the base and end up actually finding mushroom-haired Isaac from Ranger School. He's been manipulated into building Dim Sun's incredible machine, and we agree to take him back to the Union after we finish.
His IQ is 163, which is the same as his height. That's our guy!
Manipulated into building Dim Sun's incredible machine, and we agree to take him back to the Union after we finish up our business in the secret hideout. We finally encounter Mr. Kinsaid, who's manning the Wailord operation. He's being all maniacal, but we successfully capture his Gliscor, save Wailmer, and bring Isaac safely back to the Union, where he gives us access to the incredible machine blueprints. Skipping ahead in the story a bit, we end up not being able to get the yellow gem because Heath, the last of the Sinist trio, kidnapped Keith, and we exchanged him for the yellow gem. I kept trying to say no, but I guess it's good we saved him. The Union makes a plan to have the top rangers go and fly to Dim Sun's headquarters and face them head on. Jaden, you can just sit in the corner and do nothing. But right as they leave to do that, the Sinist trio busts through the Union walls and are like, ha ha ha, we'll be taking this, and steal back Isaac because they need him to complete the incredible machine by midnight so they can activate the Shadow Crystal. Isaac complied because they threatened to kill his sister or something. So new plan, I guess. Have to get Isaac back and basically destroy the machines that were protecting their building / incredible machine because, oops, I didn't mention this before, but they turned their entire building headquarters into the incredible machine. What? We basically just waltz right through the front doors of the headquarters. Heh, that'll stop people from entering. What? How did you get in here? And battle our way up to Isaac, who's like, you're a bit too late. I totally just completed the entire machine and they're about to use it to hypnotize all the Pokemon in the region in like 5 minutes. Well, at least your sister's not dead. So you run to the top, defeating the Sinist trio every floor of the way, and grab the last Tears of Prince's gem. And you get to the top where you meet the Dim Sun president Blake Hall for the first time, and he's like, you're too late. It's time for darkness. Get her, Dusknoir. And then I capture it immediately. And he's like, just kidding. Get her, Darkrai. And then Darkrai starts dipping me into darkness, and Keith has to come save me on his Staraptor. So Darkrai's like, well, then I'm gonna just dip these guys into the darkness.
Oh, Darkrai just wants to like
assistant into the
kill
void.
people.
Haha, But I decide to capture and free Darkrai anyway with the help of the Tears of Princes and save the day. Yay, woohoo! I'm a hero! Time to take a nap. Now, Pokemon Ranger is a big game. It took me about 24 full hours to get through the game, so I had to leave out a lot, and I mean a lot, of other points in the story. There's even a bunch of side quests that are actually pretty entertaining and funny you can complete.
I actually really like the side quests in the non-mainline Pokemon games. Like, specifically in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, there's like a lot of random quests that you can unlock that are just, I don't know, I find them so much more fun. Like, the main game has like a good story, but like these side quests, I'm just like, oh my god, you're telling me I could go meet Jirachi in a cave and then make a wish? Ooh. I could take Gengar over there to like repent his sins? Oh my god, ooh.
That help power up your styler. There's one where this guy says he researches smells and wants me to bring him the stench of a muck. So you do it, and he's like, yes, and puts it in a jar. Then later on in the game, he pops up again, and this time asks for a Weezing and a Skuntank, to which he's like, yes, and puts them in jars. Then he's like, thanks, dude, and you never see him again. The dialogue is absolutely amazing. This game has probably the best writing out of any Pokemon.
Bro took a muck, a Weezing, and a Skuntank, like, I don't know, extract material, put in a jar so he can like sniff it later. Oh, okay. Look at this shit.
It's them in jars. Then he's like, thanks, dude, and you never see him again. The dialogue is absolutely amazing. This game has probably the best writing out of any Pokemon game I know of. Team Dimsun is obviously the star of the show, and whenever they come on screen, you know they're gonna have something funny to say. At one point, while I was trying to get into their secret base in the volcano, I captured the Pokemon they were controlling, and they're like, time to make our escape, and set off dynamite, which exploded a giant boulder and blocked the entrance to the base, which they're like, shoot, we were supposed to detonate it after we go in. So they had to wait for me to go get a Pokemon that can destroy the rock. And they're like, thanks, Ranger. We'll be grateful for this for about a second. And they run through the door. So
I love stupid, goofy villains. I like stupid, goofy, stupid villains. They're the greatest. They're so dumb, but so powerful. It's so evil. It's so stupid.
And they come back like, hey, we forgot about you helping us. Take this! And drop a bunch of Numel on me. Also, all of the music that plays when they're around is awesome. I was jamming out whenever I was running around their base. It's a bummer this game isn't super popular. I know it's got a small cult following, but it definitely deserves to be more well-known, and I really consider it one of the top Pokemon games out there, just on writing alone. It's not a hard game, but I mean, Pokemon isn't meant to be a difficult game series anymore. I can see some people getting a bit tired of the capture system since it doesn't change much throughout the game, but honestly, again, I think the story and dialogue far make up for the semi-repetitive capture and battle system. Now, I know I kind of just talked about the entire plot, but if you're curious about playing it yourself, there's so much I left out, and there's still a lot to discover about the game, so I highly recommend it. I'm being honest when I say I didn't even cover a third of what happens in the game, and there were a lot of funny moments I really wanted to talk about that I just didn't have room for in the script. I'm just trying to convince you to play the game yourself at this point because I think it's just that funny of a game, but I'll stop. But here's all my stats after completing the game. It took me about 24 hours to complete it. I captured 734 Pokemon and ran away from 106.
Is there a circle stat?
Ratio. And look, I drew a total of 9,077 loops.
Circle stat! Number of line lengths, number of loops, 9,077. Ooh.
Amount of practice, I bet I'm a master at drawing circles now.
Circles.
Thanks for watching the video on me drawing circles for 20 hours. Huge thanks to the team for their hard work.
This was the game that nearly broke my DS screen. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, holy shit.
I've mentioned this before, but I've been enjoying the video game videos a lot. So if you have a weird game you think I should take a look at, let me know. A lot of people have already been requesting this game called Elite Beat Angels, which is some sort of rhythm game with male cheerleaders, which looks amazing. But I think that video would get mega copyrighted, so unfortunately I don't think I can play that on YouTube. It
like when I was hit on YouTube.
If you want to check it out. Anyway, I don't have much to say this time, so see ya later.